Hey everybody, welcome back. We're looking at a little project today to check out some scales from Parsons Bladeworks. Two different styles. One's a newer bead blast finish. Gives a little bit of texture to it, which is really nice. These are aluminum scales. 6061 T6 aluminum. They're milled out. They have some pockets here which lighten the weight of them on this new version, which is nice. This one still needs to be finished, so it's got the rough edges up here. But these were sent to me by Parsons Bladeworks to check out. Sending them back to him today. So thank you very much for allowing me to check them out. So I'm going to install them on my black bugout, my blacked out bugout from Blade HQ. But he's also got the sunburst pattern. Now let me tell you, these are awesome looking. So if you can see what they would look like on your bugout, just like right here, and let's do it this way. I mean, come on now, that's gorgeous. I know a few people have these sunburst pattern. I think that's one of the ones I want to get, is the sunburst pattern. These are gorgeous. He has them in a blue or a red, so yeah, pretty awesome. So this is your standard 535 bugout from Benchmade, but we're gonna go and put these on. Maybe I'll do one of each. How about that? Let's do one of each so you can see each side. We'll do it that way. That'll make it a little easier. So let's set this stuff off to the side for a second. We'll put this one up here, a little bit out of the way. One of the screws already fell out when I was adjusting. So let's just take the clip off real quick. The bugout comes with T6 screws all around, except for the pivot. The pivot is going to be a T10. So those two screws come right off. Reveals that for you. Then we'll just go down. Let's take the other side off first. So that's the one that popped out. Just in there with a couple turns. I was trying to see, I couldn't remember if I Loctited this one yet, but I do not think I Loctited it yet, because I knew I'd be doing some other videos. So anyways, so we'll take these off. These are all going to be the same size on the body screws, so you don't have to worry about misplacing those anywhere. And once you get it apart, you're going to go through and look for your barrel spacers here. You'll have those. And then I usually put the T10. I might do the bigger one this time. This little Weehaw driver comes with some pretty cool stuff. It's got all the bits in the kind of the cap and then inside the handle. So that works out pretty well. So we got all the screws out. Only thing holding it together right now is the pivot. So we will swap this out. They're magnetic. It holds the bits in magnetically. We will put the T10 in the driver. Here it kind of snap in there. And we'll use a bigger one. Let's do the T15. We'll use that for the pivot when we take it apart here. So T10 on the pivot. And I always put my finger on the back side of the pivot just to hold it in place and hold everything together while you take this out. And obviously we're going to have to do two things. So you can do one of two ways. I'm going to try it one way today, and that's to do the top scale. And so we've chosen the starburst pattern, which is this one. Aluminum, gorgeous. Now obviously we can do a couple things, which we can probably put these screws in down here and just use this as your temporary hold. And then one more here for the liner. This is going to kind of help keep things aligned while you move stuff around. Now we still have the pivot in place, the male side of the pivot, so I'm going to use that T15. I'm just going to push it out with it. And you can see that comes right out the top, and your T15 kind of takes the place of it. So now what you can do is, obviously your access lock's going to be in here, your washers, your blade, your liners, there's your half liners, all that good stuff. So we're going to take the other scale, and we're going to put it on like this. And then I'm going to take a couple screws, same way, one at the top, and these are just going finger tight on the scales. so I can get them locked down just a little bit so they stay in place. And then, oh, I lost a backspacer. So yeah, double check your backspacers, make sure they're in first. I lost that one. It didn't come off. It didn't come off and stay in put. Oh well. At least I didn't put it all the way back together, right? There we go. That's why it was being a little weird. So we'll put one in here. Man, I'm really liking this black with this blue. This metallic blue is just popping. It's like, do I really have to send them back? But look at that difference. There's your blue Starburst, and there's your blue Bead Blast. I almost like the Bead Blast better. It's kind of got that look to it. Okay, focus. We'll get back to the action here. So we popped out the male side out of here. So the easiest thing to do is to pull back your access bar with your thumb and your index finger. That loosens everything up. You can see the hole is there. And flat side, I believe, is going to go down. And then we'll put this T5 back in. Oh, we'll go the other way. We'll do it from the underside. And then we'll go flat part of this. You can see right there, that flat part will actually go down. And if you have troubles with it, you can put this back in on this side. So that way, if it pops out like that, you can still have control over it. So anyways. So I got about halfway in the pivot. I'll use a little bit different driver on this one. As you can see, the washer's off a little bit on the top side, so it's blocking the pivot from coming all the way through. So I'll just use this T10 and just a little bit of move over, and that pivot will come through the rest of the way. And so as long as it's flat here, there's no gaps, then you're good to put the other side of the pivot back in. Use your driver. And I just go finger tight. Nothing too hard on it so we can get it all back together. You want a little bit of flexibility if you're putting these scales back together. Most of it all should be in place though. And at 7.5 minutes, this is going pretty good for a scale swap out, so yeah. And then we'll get a look at it and we'll compare it to a couple others that I have. And you guys let me know what you think. Now I don't have any other aluminum ones, and like I said, this Bead Blast finish on this side is just looking fantastic. So I apologize, I'm trying to do this behind the camera. And even the, the alignment, right on. Blade centering is good. So we got all of them in on this side. We got all of them in on this side. No extra screws left, so that's good. And we will go with pocket clip on this side. Obviously, right or left-handed carry, so that's good. Just get these started. Normally I would go back through and tighten these all down even further and Loctite them if I was going to put this together as a final build. But I'm just finger tightening them because I got to send these back and I don't want to tweak them or put any extra scratches on them. But yeah, what do you guys think? So what would you guys prefer? Would you guys go kind of the polished aluminum with the Starburst blue? Or would you guys go the new Bead Blast finish? Which that one's nice. Gives a little bit of texture to it. Dang. Now I'm torn. Oh, that's just gorgeous right there. Love the look of that. So let's compare it. Let's look at it compared to the standard 535. And you see just how awesome that is. So pretty much the same exact size. Your lanyard hole is a little bit smaller than that. So sorry, lanyard fans, you don't get the huge, ginormous one that you do on the Bugout. But I think definitely right here with the black blade and black hardware, That's where it's at. I mean, you get black hardware on this one, but a satin blade. And let's compare it on this side. That's the look right there. I really like that. Man, what do you guys think? I'll check your guys' comments and we'll talk about it. He also has a red one. ParsonsBladeworks.com has a red one like this too with that bead blast. Because that, to me, that's where it's at right there. I don't know about you guys, but wow. Okay, well, that's the comparison there. Let's do a quick weight comparison just so you guys can get an idea of what they weigh up at. Let's get the scale out here. But yeah, holy cow. I'm about to buy another blacked out bug out, so I know it's a tragedy, huh? 2.3 ounces, so that's pretty good. And then the standard one should be about 1.89, yeah, 1.90. Try one more time. 1.90. So not too much, you know, less than half an ounce. You know, 0.4 of an ounce to put these on it. And these aren't the same exact ones. The Starburst pattern do not have the milling on the inside that the Bead Blast does. As you can see, the Bead Blast has the inside milling, so they're going to be a little lighter total. So probably drop it around, right around 2.3 or hair under. But they advertise them at 2.3 for a full knife build. And I got the coated blade, so maybe it adds just a smidge, 1/100 of an ounce or something. Who knows? But anyways, you guys, check out these scales from Parsons Bladeworks. Pretty happy about them. Haven't thought about carrying aluminum ones till now. And I kind of like to have the two examples because this Starburst pattern actually gives it a little more texture, especially when I'm holding the knife like this. So maybe I like that Starburst pattern better. Maybe a Starburst with a Bead Blast. Ooh, that'd be a good combo. Dang. Okay, well, cool. Well, I'm gonna get going. You guys have an awesome rest of your day. Please do something kind for someone. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Look forward to my giveaways coming up. You guys take care.